Okay, I'm a little hoarse right now because I've been talking too much. And I probably don't drink enough. I know I don't drink enough water. But anyways, on one of my other channels, every time I clear my throat, somebody gets on my comment section and be like, drink more water. Drink some water. I know I don't drink enough water. I need to drink more water. Anyways, so this is a hidden gem. I was just listening to the Dividend Bowl on YouTube, and this is why I like to follow other dividend investors and network, because you might know something I don't know. Like he just pointed out this ticker, PTY. He says it's averaging about 10% or better. I think he said in the video it's averaging, I think, 11% right now. Not sure. He listed like 3 or 4 dividend stocks that are over 10% that he likes. And he thinks they're good long-term buy and hold dividend stocks. But if you look here, it says 30-day dividend yield 0, or it doesn't say 0, just it acts like it's not a dividend stock. So it's not going to pop up. Just like what is it? I forgot the other one. K something. It's that Chinese one that I was talking about the other day. Anyways, KLIP. KLIP doesn't show up as a dividend stock, but it is a dividend stock. And then you have BITO. I think it doesn't show up as a dividend stock, but it is. And I think maybe EETH, same thing. And then BETH, because we discovered BETH by accident because my brother... When I was trying to tell my brother to buy some EETH, he thought I said BETH, and he discovered a hidden gem because he couldn't he misunderstood me. So, hey, that was an accidental good find. And now the Dividend Bull, you should follow him on YouTube, just told us about this another hidden gem that pays about 10%. So I'm not buying 10% dividend stocks yet. I will be probably next year once I get my my debt paid down a little bit more. I suggest people start high and work their way down. But then again, I also suggest you do what feels comfortable for you. You know, it's like a lot of dividend investors and say watch out for the high yielding dividend stocks, and you know, they kind of push people away from that, and there's good reason. They are high risk, so I wouldn't put all my eggs in the high dividend yielding baskets. You know, it's like some of these dividends or stocks pay really high dividends, like 80%, 70%. And they're tempting. They're very tempting to put all your eggs in that basket. Don't do it. I got $1,000 or $2 in each of them, but I'm trying not to put all my eggs in those baskets. I'm trying to diversify my portfolio. You know, I kind of started to liquidate some of my lower yielding dividend stocks and put them into my higher yielding dividend stocks because my brother took a good portion of his inheritance. We didn't get much, like 25 grand each. And that's another long dramatic story. And we had to fight for that money too because they tried to steal it from us. But we won in the end. So, but we only got like 52 grand in the end. Well, and some silver that my dad had in the safe. Not a lot, you know, a couple grand worth of silver. Well, now it's worth even more than that even. We're like stoked because silver has gone up like crazy. So, Anyway, so my brother took about half of his inheritance and dumped it into BITO and was making $1,000 a month on dividends. And I was like, well, shit, I'm only making like 200. I need to, maybe I should have put some more money in these higher yielding dividend stocks, because I know BITO and ZEM and EETH, they've been pretty stable, especially ZEM. I really like ZEM. They've been averaging about 30% per my calculations. You might recheck that and double check it and see what you think if my analysis is correct, but it should be about 30%, give or take. So who doesn't want a 30% return on their investment? And ZIM seems to be a pretty stable stock. Now, my brother doesn't want to invest in ZIM because it's an Israeli company. Kind of like I'm hesitant to invest in KLIP because it's a Chinese company or Chinese internet service, But at the end of the day, it's an individual corporation, even though the Chinese one is probably backed by the Chinese government. ZIM is probably not, but I don't know. I haven't looked that much into ZIM. I know a little about ZIM, but I don't know a lot about ZIM. But overall, everything that I've studied about ZIM, I like them, The only negative is that they're an Israeli company, and it seems like, especially in the media today right now, and not mainstream media, but sorta, because Trump's calling them out, and it seems like the Israel is behind a lot of the nefarious crap that's been going on in this country, and it seems like they're the ones pulling a lot of the strings and controlling a lot of people and taking away our money and freedom. And so that's a problem. But not all Jews or Israelites are bad. Not all Israelite companies are bad. We're Irish, and we used to be discriminated against when, our ancestors first came to this country. People don't realize this. A lot of people don't know this. They just focus on the blacks being slaves, but actually they were valuable slaves. The Irish were just, migrant workers, and we were not valuable to society for the most part. It's like they wouldn't pay money for us as slaves. They would pay money for the blacks for slaves. So the blacks were actually more valuable slaves. I mean, slavery's not good, but I mean, they got treated better than the Irish did. You know what I mean? So, but the blacks, the Irish, we all prevailed. To different degrees, but I forgot where I was going with that. But anyways, not all Jewish people are bad. I know some Jewish people who are regular Joes like you and me, who are freedom fighters or conspiracy theorists, if you will. I knew this one Jewish chick who was like, they're after my DNA or something, and she was in hiding. I thought she was a nutcase, but maybe she wasn't, Maybe she had some kind of special DNA that they wanted. I don't know. But I just thought she was cuckoo. But that was before I knew what I know now about the Jews. But anyways, so not all of them are bad. Just like not all Chinese people are bad, not all black people are bad, not all white people are bad. It seems like in America right now, it's like if you're a white male, you're the worst. You're the bottom of the barrel right now. Anyway, which I don't care. I mean, I'm in the country where they don't care about that kind of stuff. But, you know, in the city, you got to watch out for that kind of stuff. And I left the city over a decade ago. I mean, I still visit the city because I'm a truck driver. And, I don't know. Anyways, in the trucking industry, they don't really care about stuff like that too much. They just want you to show up, get the job done, and get out. But anyways, over here in the trucking industry, it's all about the money. It's all about the hustle. So, anyways, hidden gems. That's what I'm going to title this video. And speaking of Zim, it's right there at the top. Zim is up, I think. Let me see what it says. Yes, Zim is up 3.6%. Anyways, so another hidden gem. Let me see here. I'm going to go ahead and pre-buy $1. It's not going to go through until Monday. Okay. So let's see what the Dividend Bull says for the next
or
ticker.
triple B rated in the highest non-investment grade bulls emerging market bond, actually closer to 11%. You can see it's been recovering nicely, trading at its smallest premium bid under covering their dividend. Distributions are this well covered and distributions for the Hercules Capital, ticker HTGC.
HTGC. Let's go look that one up. HTGC. Okay, this one shows a dividend yield, where, like I said, the other one didn't. So, over the last 5 years, this one's been doing pretty good. So this one's worth looking into. But since this is showing a yield, I'm gonna go ahead and buy $1 worth. Oh, 666. Look out. $1 worth. Yeah, I think it's funny that people are scared of that number. When I used to play rummy on the railroad, when I was working on the railroad, while we was waiting for the train to come in, a lot of times we'd sit around and play rummy. And I'd hold all my cards until I had 3 6s. And I would always lay down the 3 6s first. And it would always freak people out. But, because nobody wanted to hold the 6s, unless they had all 4, then it wouldn't matter. But it was like I would always hold out and get all the 6s, or at least 3 of them. And I'd lay down the 3 6s, and I'd freak people out all the time. It was basically how I intimidated people, and I usually won the game. But it was funny. Anyways, all right. So next ticker.
Hercules Capital is a business development company that are some concerns about how fine. It's one of the best positioned BDC, and on top of their rates that pay special.
Oops.
The government is banning this $39 electric lighter next month.
Stupid
and this
advertisement.
is your last shot to get the original high-powered.
The Silver's bull run hit a CME.
BDCs that pay special dividends have either reduced or eliminated them out of precaution. But Hercules hasn't reduced their special business development company right now. Distribution. Cut their dividend if still buying more shares of Hercules. GC is it almost always trades at a premium. So you'll have to decide if you think it's worth it. For me though, considering it offers a 10.5% yield with excellent dividend, it almost always trades at GC is considered overvalued right now. But the stock is in the same situation as Main Street Capital and even PTY, which we looked at earlier. Because it's been such a high quality performer, it almost always trades at a premium. So you'll have to decide if you think it's worth it. For me though, considering it offers a 10.5% yield with excellent dividend coverage and offers long-term growth, I have no issues with buying it even if it's slightly expensive. The next holding we're going to take a look at is in a similar position as Hercules Capital, which is Capital Southwest, ticker CSWC.
CSWC. Yeah, I do have Main Street Capital. It's only paying like 5%, but that's cool. It's stable stock. We like stable stocks. All right, yeah, 10%. It's up for the 5 years. Down for the year, but only by 8%. Up overall, so by $1. That way, at least it's in my database. So when I get around to 10% dividend yielding stocks, then I will be on the right track. So yeah, check out the Dividend Bull. He's got some good stuff. I don't listen to him as much as I do the Minority Mindset, although I think I like this guy about as much. He doesn't make as many videos though. And then there's the Gen X Dividend Investor. He's got some good ones too. But I think I like the Dividend Bull better than Gen X Dividend Investor. But all three are good. So anyways, here we go.
They're also a BDC, although they invest in a wider range of companies. But in 2015, they had a pretty good track record of success and 11%. See, CSWC earlier this year was they'd get rid of it and have any earning.
Silver's bull run hit a CME.
There's one more, I think.
But of course, no bridge. But obviously, that has a habit of paying. So that's going to conclude our look at some 10% yielding investments
I guess it's
that
only
are
three of them.
attractive buys at the current moment, in my opinion. Let me know if you hold any of these, and if
I guess there's only 3 today. But anyways, I thought I'd share that with you. And like I said, what I do, I'm going to show you real quick. Alright, so I created this high yield dividend scanner. I created 2 of them. So this one here has all the stocks, all dividend stocks. And then the one with the star in front of it, high yield dividends, highest dividend stocks or dividend yields. This one I have programmed to delete the ones that I already have. So what you see over here is what I don't have already. I don't have like at least $1 or something in it. So there's still a lot of other potential high yielding dividend stocks in here. This will show up to like 250 dividend stocks. Now, not all of them are going to be in here. Like I said, there's some hidden gems out there like BETH, the one that he was just talking about, PTY, I think. Let's see here. So this is all of them. I don't know what I just did, but anyways. Here we go. So you can see Zim in here, but you don't see EETH, you don't see BETH, you don't see BITO, you don't see KLIP. I don't remember how I discovered those. But yeah, they're not in here. ORC probably is. It should be right here. There it is. So there's some hidden gems out there that either they don't want you to know about or it's a glitch, but I doubt it's a glitch because they haven't showed up in here at all. So there's a lot of hidden dividend stocks out there that you can't find very easily. So if there's one that you know about that I don't know about, or well, you may not know if I know about it or not, but if there's one that you know about that isn't showing up, like, well, let's go KLIP. This is a Chinese internet ETF. I got about $1,400 in there. It's down $138, but it pays monthly. See right here, it says dividend yield negative 0.13%. So it looks like it doesn't pay anything. It's all the way at the bottom. So that might be another thing we look at. Let's go back over here. Well, here, real quick. Where's my history? Here we go. Dividend, $26. Dividend, $26. Dividend, $26. I threw another $23 in last month. But yeah, it's... it's down overall from when it opened. Oh, that'll be the same. But they might have opened at a high price and it wasn't worth that. So it plummeted and then it potentially has stabilized at its true value at $31. Over the last year, it's down almost 4%. Last 3 months, about the same. Last month, down a lot. It's only up for the day. So, we don't know if this is going to be a good stock or not. It looks red flaggish. And before us, the other video I made, I was talking about earnings per share and PE ratio. Let's see what this says. Expense ratio, I don't know what that means. Okay, now. See, I guess that's where a dividend tracker, on the last video I think I said taker, but it's a dividend tracker. Sometimes I get my terminologies wrong, so I'm not a terminology expert. And sometimes I get slip of the tongue and I don't realize I said the wrong thing until I go back and review the video. But I don't go back and edit my videos like a lot of YouTubers do and, you know, make myself sound perfection. You know, I'm just raw, real. What you see is what you get. Unedited, whatever. Well, I do make some edits. Like if I show some personal information that I shouldn't have, I'll go edit that out, you know. Or if I accidentally turn the video off or the recording off when I'm meant to hit the pause button, of course I'm going to have to piece the two videos together. Things like that. Or, well, I do other videos for other channels on, say, my main phone. And then if somebody calls and I need to edit out their phone number because it pops up on the screen, I might edit that out. You know, things like that. That's about the only edits I do because this stuff is cumbersome. It takes a long time to edit out stuff. And I'm already long-winded anyways. I mean, and I tried editing out stuff and it's like, I don't know what I want to filter, because I'm just honest, you know. Unfiltered. I'm diplomatic. I'm not very PC, but I don't know. I just don't like to. I wouldn't say I don't like to filter myself, because I do try to filter myself as far as, you know, not saying stupid shit. But I say stupid shit all the time, like I probably just did just now. You know, whatever. I'm getting off track. So, anyways, I'm just raw, real, you know, transparent, and that's the way I like to be. So that's the way my videos are. So now that I lost my train of thought, let's go back. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. Let's go back to the dividend tracker. Now let's go. I think this is from highest to lowest. Oh, here we go. Dividend yields. Okay, no. Show 250 items. Oh, I know what I gotta do. Right here. Boom. Okay, now it's gonna show the lowest. But see here, it's showing 5% as the lowest. That doesn't make any sense. There's stocks that pay way less than 5%. Yeah, this is not right. Okay, well, anyways, I don't know what to tell you about this stupid thing. So yeah, basically, I'm going to show you how to create this. So you go down here. Where is it? I guess it's right here. There we go. Now, I haven't used all of these. I've barely used any of them. Daily price jump. Don't really need that. Daily price drop. Upcoming earnings. This upcoming earnings is probably good to let you know the X date's coming up. That's when you. That's the last ditch effort to put your money in before they pay out a dividend. So, yeah, the X date. But I get X date updates from Snowball all the time. And so, if I got a bunch of money I want to spend, right, you know, whatever, I'll go and throw some money in. And that's why I've been investing in some of the lower yielding dividend stocks. It's like Snowball will say, oh, the X date's coming up, so I'll drop a couple bucks in there, so I'll get a couple more dollars in dividends, or a couple more cents probably, in dividends in the next couple days, you know, make some money. But, you know, it's not a lot, but, you know, whatever. Analysts picks. Okay. So, you know, those are the popular ones that the gurus like. Highest applied volatility, or implied volatility. highest options value, highest dividend yield. This is, stocks that are above 5%. Right, because they're trying to hide the good ones. And they list the good ones at a negative percentage. But anyways, that's where you do it. So you create your high dividend yield ticker. I mean, not ticker, but scanner. There it is. Just like the one I had before. So that's how you create that. New 52-week high. Blah, blah, blah. So, you could do some of those other ones if you wish. Me, I'm sticking to dividend stocks. And like I said, my thing, if you're going to follow my example, if you will, what I will suggest is, hang on. What I will suggest is create this scanner, go in and buy at least $1 worth of everything. And then, because some of these don't pay. They say they pay, but they don't pay. So you buy $1 of each of everything. Now, and then when this one pays out, MKZR, which I don't recall getting a dividend from them ever. When they pay out, if they pay out, then you look at the dividend yield. It says 55.56%. Throw in $56. Because boom, you got a dividend. They're paying, right? So then it's not as risky, And then just wait. And then when RAND pays out, they're 36.5% of your $1. Then, which would be a couple cents. Then you go look, say, it pays 36.5%. So I'm going to throw in $37. And then wait for the next payout. Zem's paying 34.42%. So throw in $34. And do that with all the stocks. Eventually, the higher yielding dividend stocks will be paying you more than, say, the $34 that you're going to be reinvesting. So then you start taking that extra money. Say they pay you $50, you reinvest $34. Now you can take the difference and reinvest it into something else. And you have your higher dividend stocks helping you fund your lower dividend stocks. And then you have a balanced portfolio. But again, like I says, look at them, evaluate them, study them to whatever extent that you want to study them. And then figure out if you're going to put in a little bit more or a little bit less. Like I said, if it's up for the 5 years, I'll put a 0 on that number. But if it's down for the 5 years, I just throw in the $55, or $56. And if it's up for the last 5 years, it looks like it's a stable stock, then I'll throw in $560, whatever. So let's go check these guys out. So I obviously put in $60, $75, and I've lost 70% of it. This is probably one of the ones that I didn't follow my own advice. Yeah. See, the stock split in August. It's never paid a dividend. It might pay a dividend eventually, but I've not seen it, so I don't know. Let's see what it's averaging. It's looking really bad. It's probably going to go under. So I might have lost that $75. But I've made over $2,000, so I'm not going to complain about 75 bucks. Do I want to lose $75? No, but I've already lost all but $24 of it. Might as well just ride it out. That being said, I could cash out 20 bucks and leave $4 in there. And then if it goes back up, well, I make some of my money back. But I wouldn't cash it all out because it might recover. Yeah, this is a classic example of why not to throw in more than you can afford to lose. Because it may never pay out and it might go bankrupt and you might lose all your money. So, yeah. Okay, RAND. That one's down $15. It looks pretty stable though. Not this year, but overall. Maybe not overall, but for the last 5 years. Alright, so let's see. Oh yeah, it's paying 36.58%. Let's see if they paid any out. I think they have. So they pay every quarter. So 78 cents. On my $36. So the price earnings ratio is in a negative, so this looks like it's a bad investment. But I don't know. I don't know how to read the PE ratio. I've heard some people say that if the PE ratio is in the negative, then it's a good investment. So I don't know. So 36. Oh, I have $36. Wow, the dividend yield is about the same as what I have in there. Okay, so $36 at 36%. So I should be making about $1. Password, hang on. Okay. So it's close to accurate. Now, it may not be paying me 36%, or maybe the 36% is what it's going to pay out this next month. December 12th. September, October, November, December. Yeah. So December 12th, I'll probably get about $1. So yeah. And let's go back. So next month when I get paid my $1, I'll look at this and say, oh, okay. It's up for the last 5 years. I probably won't have the extra $370 to put in there, but whatever I have, whenever I go to buy, whatever my buying power is, that's what I'll throw in. All right, so going back real quick, EETH. I have most of my money in this. It's down $760. But see here, 30-day yield, it says there is no dividend. But there is. See, I made $131 last month, November 7th. And then I put in another almost $300. So that'll raise my dividend to 150 maybe. But anyways. BETH. See, that one's doing pretty good. Again, yield, nothing. It's like they're hiding this from us. So I haven't got a dividend from them yet, but we'll see what they pay and if they pay. But yeah, I threw in $57.50. This one you have to buy it by the share. So I bought it when at $57.50. It went up $2.44. But yeah, it says it don't pay a dividend, but it does. My brother was disheartened because he bought the wrong stock, but I looked it up and I was like, oh, it does pay a dividend. Let's see. Oh, well, let's go back real quick before it kicks me out and I gotta enter my password again. BITO also says it doesn't pay a dividend, but it does. So we'll go over here to my dividend tracker. I was trying to do an update, but for some reason it wouldn't update. So, EETH, it says it's paying 109%. That's not accurate. When they put the X date out or whatever, when the X date comes, they'll announce how much they're going to pay and it'll recalibrate that. So, and at that point, it'll have the right percentage. And so then when I reinvest, I'll be reinvesting at the correct percentage. If I look at it now and I'm like, oh, hey, it's paying 109%. It's not really paying 109%. It might be more like 80% or 75%. But it's high. It's up there. It's one of the better ones. MVO, 75%. I don't know if MVO. Let's go back. I'll have to enter my password anyways. Hang on. This is one I can't buy with Robinhood. Okay, they do tell you it's paying 83.8%, but that's not accurate. That's probably closer to accurate. BITO, it said it wasn't paying a dividend. It's paying like 71%. Hertz went up. I'm not sure. Oh, that's one of the ones I just bought. We'll see if they pay a dividend or not. I haven't received a dividend from them yet. They're supposed to pay 69 cents a share December 30th. It looks like they have a track record of paying. Oh, and they do have a Christmas bonus. So that's cool too. Looks like they pay twice a year. So 69 cents per share. And I got 8 shares. Oh wait, no, wrong one. I've got 4 shares. Well, the IRR is good. It doesn't say if it paid anything. I think this is one I just bought, and I haven't received a dividend yet, but I'm trying to see where it says whether or not I've been paid or not already. Shows the profit. It probably should show here in returns, but I haven't received a dividend from it, I don't believe, so it's not popping up there. Let's go over here real quick. No. Oh, okay, cool. So you can look at the earnings per share and the PE ratio in here. So the earnings per share is $1.26. And their share price is $1.09. And their dividend is 21 cents. So basically they're paying out 100% of their profit. It looks like. I'm not sure, but basically it's in the positive. So the earnings per share, the share's worth $1, they're making over $1, and they're sharing the difference with us. So that's pretty good. BITO. This one's not showing the earnings per share. Probably because it's an ETF. So that would be individual companies. This is a trust. Yeah, it's like an ETF. Zim. Here we go. All right. So the stock price is $20, which anything over $20 is good. I say buy their stock when it's under $20, but for cash value purposes. But $20 seems to be their average. Their average share price. So, anyways, earnings per share is $16. They're basically almost doubling their money, it seems like, if I got my numbers right. So the PE ratio is 1.2, and their dividend payout was 6 cents the last time, but they raised their dividend yield to like 21%. So their dividend payout's going to be better than 6 cents per share. I just don't know what it's going to be. Let's see here. December 1st. So my next payout looks like on December 8th is going to be, I guess December 1st is the X date. So December 8th, I'm going to get $32. I got $1,600 in there. So how do I calculate that? Oh, I know. 32 divided by 1,600 times 12. 24%. So yeah, I'm going to get 24% return on that investment in December. So just over what it says here. Now, oh, here it is, 31 cents a share. Okay. I was looking way up here. That's 2026. So yeah. September they paid 6 cents a share. December they're paying 31 cents a share. In April it's going to be fat. $3.17 per share. So $3.17. How many shares do I have? 103. 17. So in April, I'm going to get $328 for that quarter. Yeah, they pay by the quarter. So yeah, not too bad. BITOEETH. And some of these pay Christmas bonuses. These guys don't. Oh, it don't say. But like, let's go to PBR. They usually pay a Christmas bonus. I call it a Christmas bonus. It's an end of the year bonus. Yeah, see? End of the year bonus. Oh, no, wait. September. Yeah, no, okay. Yeah, that's only 30 days apart. These are quarterly, and then boom. So yeah, they pay an at the end of the year bonus. Let's go back over to here. This one. Oh, go over here. Same here. So there you go. Like I said, some like, you know. And I don't know if that counts as a dividend yield or not, because it's the end of the year bonus. It may not even count as a in their percentages. I don't know. I have to do some homework on that. But anyways, I'm already at an hour. So, 12 hours. Let's see if I can sync. It wouldn't do it earlier. Here we go. So, hidden gems. Be on the lookout for hidden gems. The Dividend Bull will give you some. Maybe even Gen X Dividend Investor. I'll have to make a list of the hidden gems that we find. And I will start sharing them. And I do have a Discord, but nobody's there. People pop in and see that nobody's there, and then they leave. And it's like, well, if you stay, then people will come, and then boom, you know. We'll have a group, but nobody sticks around. They all leave. They're like, oh, nobody's here. I'm leaving. So my Discord is pretty dead. But I do have... Whose Discord do I have? I know I have the Minority Mindset Discord. So you can find me in there. Once I'm more active doing research and stuff, I'll be on there more. Gen X Dividend Investor has a Discord. I'm a member of that. My Discord stock group is called Open Source Stock Group. So if you want to find me and sign up, cool. Don't just quit. Stick around. It's dead right now, but it might not be dead forever. And that's it. I'll have to see if the Dividend Bull has a Discord as well. So let's refresh this. Still looking like it's about the same. $4,638 a year. Now, that's this day forward. This year, I'm only going to make $2,400. But next year, if I don't put any more money in, I'll make $4,637. So, but I'm going to keep putting money in, and I'm going to reinvest all the money that I get. So it's just going to keep growing. And like I said before, I started out with just pennies. I wasn't hardly making any money at all off these dividends. That's where I started. Let's see. Oh, cool. My money just came through. Yeah, see, I get paid in my Robinhood. Not my Robinhood. I get paid in my Edward Jones account. And then I have to transfer it to Venmo. And then I transfer it from Venmo to all my other places. So, I got paid this morning. I transferred, I transferred part of it to the bank that I pay my mortgage, one of my mortgages. Well, I only have one mortgage at the moment. So I transferred 10% of my check to the bank where I have my mortgage for my land. Then I transferred 10% to the bank where I pay my pickup truck. And, which is also the bank that's going to have my future credit card. And then I transfer the rest to Venmo. And then from there, I'll transfer 10% of that balance because, I'm not counting the 10%. I'm not calculating the 10% of the original balance, calculating 10% of the new balance. And I'll basically put that into different accounts based on priority where I need the money. And then whatever's left over goes to the account that has the highest debt, the highest interest on my debt. And then I just go to pay that down. Unless I need the money in a different account, then I'll move the money to a different account where I need the money so I don't get in trouble for whatever reason. But yeah, so I take whatever's left after I take out those 10% and I put it on my credit card. And then, so then I got money in my bank accounts. So if I need the money, I'll use those first sometimes. Otherwise, I use the credit card. But I'm paying the credit card down every single week. So the number usually keeps getting smaller. Sometimes it goes up, but most of the time it's going down. I got off track. What was I going to do? Oh, I remember. Let's see if I can go back and combine. This is my old tracker. So I had my totals up to almost $175 a month. But the stocks have grown since then, so it's actually changed. And I also have that fake account. Oh, but it's only got $3 in dividends. So it's not really impacting it. So, okay. So $170 a month based on my old stats. Now, let's see. I was trying to see if I could go back and see. Well, here's okay. This is kind of cool. So under events, it tells what the X date's gonna be. I don't use this tracker anymore, but it's a good one if you don't want to. If you want a free one. So A, G, and C X date's gonna be. Oh. It's coming up. Payout's going to be December 9th. So if you want to invest in one right away to get paid right away, A, G, and C, it's going to pay almost 14%. That's a good one. Maybe, I don't know. I have to go look at the chart. Then the next one that's going to pay out pays almost 9%. Then almost 5% thereafter. 17, almost 18% EARN. We have to go look at their... Well, we might be able to do that. Let's look. Here we go. See if we can see their chart. Here it is. Oh, that's a dividend yield. No, I guess we can't see the chart. I could have swore there was something in here where I could look at it by the year, but I can't remember. Oh, here it is, right here. Oh no, that's future. I want to see the past. I guess it doesn't keep track of the past, it only keeps track of the future. Oh well. Anyways, Snowball's better, but this one you got to pay for. The other one is free. Pretty sure. I think. I don't think I'm paying for this. If I am, I need to go cancel it because I'm not using it anymore. Well, I am using it, but I mostly use it the way that I used to use this one. Just to go check out stuff that I don't own. Because Snowball, you can look up stuff that you own and get the data on that. But anything you don't own, you can't look it up. It won't let you. So I used to use this one to, keep track of all the different dividend stocks. What their earnings per share was, blah, 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 whether I owned it or not. But that one's obsolete. It doesn't work anymore. They don't support it anymore. So this one, Div Tracker, is the second best dividend tracker now. You have to manually enter in the stuff. And what I do is I just put in one share. Every single one of them. I just put in that I got one share, and when you add it, for example, EETH, it'll bring that up. Now, it'll say what the current share price is. So I just say I got one share. It won't let me bypass this and say I'm done and then add. It'll say I have to enter a price. So I just enter the price that it currently is. 43.57, 43.57, done. Oops. And now it's in my database. It thinks I have $500, but this way now I can go look at EETH and it'll give me the updates. Current yield is actually, current yield is actually 36% according to this. So I'm not sure which one's accurate. The 100, I'm pretty sure the 100 is not accurate. So the dividend payout is probably going to be closer to 37%. So you know. Anyways, I'm going to leave you at that. I'm going to go to Venmo, transfer my money, and then get ready to go to bed. I got to get up in the morning, go make my delivery, and then head home and then get cleaned up and go to our family Thanksgiving shindig for tomorrow. So yeah. Then Monday I get to take care of livestock. I might have a sick sheep, so I might need to take her. I'm pretty sure I have a sick sheep. I gotta wrangle her and get her to the vet and have her checked out before she dies. So anyways, alright, party on, good luck. Do what you want. You know, like the Minority Mindset guy says, don't just trust a random guy on YouTube. But I'm just showing you what I'm doing so you can see how it's working. And, you know, unlike other people who might say, oh, this is going to make you blah, 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 I'm going to show you what it's doing. I'm going to show you how I'm either making or losing money, when and where. So there's transparency for one, and you know that I'm not bullshitting you, and then you can see what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and then you can use that to formulate your own strategy and figure out how you want to move forward. But again, like I said, I probably have too much money invested in some of these high yielding dividend stocks. But it's not really that much if you look at, you know, volumes. Portfolio. This is basically 10% of my portfolio. This one, almost 10% of my portfolio. Zim, almost 13% of my portfolio. Zim is actually probably a more stable stock than the other two. But I probably wouldn't put as many eggs in those baskets as I did, except maybe Zim. Like I said, start out with $1. If it's paying out, put more money in. Whatever you feel comfortable with putting in. And don't get too carried away. Like my brother putting $12,000 in the BITO, and then the stock, you know, tanks. He's like, oh, I shouldn't have put so much money in while I was up. I should have waited till it came down and then put money in it. Well, he was making $1,000 a month. Who cares if you're losing cash value? You was and could still be making up to $1,000 a month. You're making more money off of it than I am. You know, he bought it. Oh, when did we get that money? He probably bought it right around in here. So I've been buying the whole time. I bought it all the way down here when it was at its low. And I'm going to buy again over here at its low whenever I get paid. Around the 7th of December. So if the stock's down, then I'm going to buy at a low again. It looks like it's going back up actually, so it might go back up before I end up buying it. But so I bought here at $16.61. I bought $77.50 because it was up 77%. Wait. Maybe that's just all the money I had. Maybe I was going to buy more. But anyway. No, probably not, because it's not up for the 5 years. So, I don't know. But like I says, just put in $1, see what it does. If it's doing good, put in a little bit more. If it's doing bad, don't. And that's basically what I've been doing. I've been just playing with it, learning. The first 2 years I was learning, I didn't hardly make any money. And I lost money. I definitely lost more money than I made the first couple of years. I lost a bunch of money on Bed Bath & Beyond. If you go over here real quick. I keep saying that and I just keep dragging on. Oh, another company went bankrupt that I have stock in. But I only lost like $2. I'm not worried about $2. I have a lot of stock in Cash App that I bought. But see, like this is the one that just went under. Solo Brands. I lost $2. But anyway, Big Lots. I lost $4.67. Bright Green, I lost $1. Lordstown Motors, I lost $1. Whatever this company is, I lost $3. This one, I lost $14. Vaccinity. Western Union, I'll lose a bunch of money on Western Union. I got $311 invested. It's down almost 40%. I can't tell when I bought anything in here, but anyhow. But yeah. I pretty much that's probably my worst stock right now, besides Bed Bath & Beyond, but it's gone. So, I haven't quite lost half my money yet, but we're getting there. PayPal, I had a bunch of money in there. Lost almost half of it. It might recover. They bought Venmo, so who knows, it might recover. I have to see if they have a separate ticker for Venmo. This one, I pretty much lost all my money. $50. But, like it says, I bought these when I was day trading. I didn't know anything. This one here. It's down 40 bucks. It pays a dividend. So I don't know if I've made all my money back or not, but let's see, 6. There's $12 almost. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So I made $23 on this one so far, and it's down 40, so I still am down 17 bucks. So if it keeps paying me and I don't reinvest, I'll get my 20 bucks. I'll get my money back, and then I can sell it. Or I can hold it and hope it goes back up. ARR down $30. I've made probably more than that. Here's 12, 24, 36, 48, 52, 70. So I made over $100 off of this stock already. And it's down $31. So I can sell this right now if I wanted to. And I'll be okay. But it looks like the stock is recovering. So if I wait, it might come back, and then I can cash out. When it breaks even and be even more ahead of the game. That's basically what I'm doing with my Cash App stuff. I'm just waiting until it goes back up, and then I'm going to cash it out. Oh, let me look up Venmo. So PayPal might recover just by owning Venmo. So yeah, everything else is down. So yeah, I'll just sit here and wait. Monday, at 8:30, I'll go in here and see if there's anything that's up. If it's up, I'll sell it, and then do whatever I want with it. Night transportation. Only got $1 worth of stock there, but yeah, when it goes up, I'll sell it. It's only paying like 1%. And I've never received a dividend. I've had this stock since March of 23. I've had it for over 2 years, never paid a dividend. They say they pay a dividend, but they didn't. They haven't yet. So I should have got at least 1 penny from them. 2 cents. I've had it for 2 years. Almost 3. So I should be making 3 pennies from these guys. They haven't paid crap. So yeah, there's a lot of stocks that say they pay, but they don't. And so you got to be careful of that. That's why I say just throw in $1. And then if you get a payout, boom. Now you know they pay. Put some more money in. The problem with having as many stocks as I have, it's harder to track them. And it's harder to know who's paying what. Or if anybody's paying a dividend. But if you use Snowball, it's a little easier because over here, you can see how much money you have in your stocks, right? Oh. How do I go from... Oh, well, anyways. So, I'm constantly reinvesting in the ones that actually pay. The ones that don't pay, I don't reinvest. So, if I could reverse this somehow, I'm not sure how exactly, I can go down here at the very bottom and say, well, these are all the ones that probably went bankrupt. Oh, some of those are crypto. This app doesn't know how to compute crypto. Okay, so portfolio. I bought 10 shares. The stock plummeted. They haven't paid a dividend since 2023. I invested almost $10. It's now worth not even 7 cents. Like, that one's gonna go bankrupt. BITI, what's this? Okay, this one's only paying 2%. They pay monthly, but it's a low yielding dividend stock. Interesting. Okay. So anyways, I'm not sure how to keep track of stocks that don't pay dividends. I'm going to have to come up with a strategy for that. But, because it might pay dividends today and then 2 years from now it stops paying dividends. And then you lose track of it if you got as many stocks as I do. But typically, unless the stock is going under, they're going to keep paying dividends. And so that would be the only flaw with having as many stocks as I do, is you could lose track of some of them. Oh, well, I guess you could do it this way. Let me click that again. No, don't do it backwards. So you could do this. I'm not sure how to flip it, but 0%. Here we go. So this one I'm making money, but there's no dividends. So I should treat this as a day trade and sell it off, because I only have $1. It's not making me any money. It is an ETF, but there's no dividends. So BITB. I'm pretty sure it's over here. And I've already gone on way too long. Hour and a half. Wow. Here it is. Okay. So it's made me 26 cents. I bought $1's worth a year ago. Almost 2 years ago. So yeah. There you go. That's how you can keep track of whether or not it pays a dividend. Bitwise Bitcoin ETF. So yeah, next week I'm going to start going through here and purging anything that does not pay a dividend. I'll check it and see if the stock went up. If it didn't, then I'll keep it until it does. Except for maybe that one. I'll just go ahead and sell the 7 cents and be done with it. USDP. Let's go over there real quick. Oh, that's crypto. And I don't have any of it. But I can't buy any of it either. Interesting. Okay, so that was a crypto that I bought that's now, I guess, bankrupt or almost bankrupt. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to worry about that. So some of these might be crypto. And at that rate, you know, I'm not going to sell off any crypto. I'm basically, oh yeah, here's Cosmos. Oh, I see. So if it says 0 shares, then it's probably crypto. Well, this says I have 10 shares of USDP. That doesn't make any sense. Oh well. Anyways, I'll figure it out. So yeah, if it don't pay, get rid of it. Treat it like a day trade. When it goes back up, sell it off. Here we go. NVIDIA is my least paying dividend stock. CC, cryptocurrency. Hopefully, Snowball comes up with a way to separate stocks from crypto in this app in the future. Alright, we're over an hour and a half, so I'm going to let you go. Okay, bye.